You went like bungee jumping, which sounds pretty dangerous.
No, bungee jumping's it's fine. It's not like okay. You see those videos of bungee jumping going wrong, and you're like, oh god. But then I feel like if I'm going to bungee jump anywhere, I trust that Japan they'd take all the measures and that they would do it right. I didn't feel at all in danger. Bungee jumping was really cool though. I really liked it a lot. It is strange because it was like I'd never done it before, and I was really hyped to try it. I knew Chris was very much not hyped to try it. In fact, he didn't even want to go near it.
Yeah.
And I knew I would like it, but I in the video it's like, all right, okay, like I don't know how to do, like I don't get scared at stuff like that. I don't know why, because I just trust that everything works.
Yeah.
And if something goes wrong, all right, well, GG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
like,
though.
Yeah, like, but also on the video you have to like pretend to be a bit more scared than you are, because you know you got to, and you know you ham it up.
Yeah.
But there is that like 1 second window where you jump out and the bungee jump hasn't like tensioned yet.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
You're just in free fall.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like you kind of in this, it's not even a second, it's like less than a second. It's like half a second of like, holy shit, this is what it would feel like if you just jumped off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like just this falling and the picking up the speed. And the scariest thing is just seeing the floor get way closer to you really fast.
Yeah.
And then the bungee, you know, it tenses, and then you're like, oh, okay, right. And then it becomes more like a ride.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those 0.5 seconds where you jump and you just see the floor and you're like, whoa, that's an amazing
You
feeling.
feel the 0 G's, right?
Dude, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's so good. I get why people get addicted to it.
I still wouldn't want to do it.
No?
It's weird.
Oh, he's scared of heights, isn't he?
That's
true.
the thing. I don't want to do bungee jumping ever, but I want to try skydiving.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel when it gets to skydiving levels, when you jump out of that, again, I don't know, right? This is just all speculation. But
Yeah.
I would feel the moment I jump out of the plane, maybe for the first second or so, I'd be like, I am practically shitting right now. I'm
Yeah.
shitting my pants that I've jumped out of this vehicle.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you just enjoy the free fall, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I'm good. Like, you know, I've got a parachute. I got an instructor probably, like, you know, and it'll be fine.
I feel like skydiving's safer than bungee jumping, though.
I think the one thing about skydiving that makes it less scary in my mind is that the floor from that high up, like the ground, doesn't feel real.
No,
Because there's no like perspective.
it's like computer generated.
But I think the thing that makes bungee jumping so scary is how close you get to the ground, and also it just looks like a normal view, and you're just jumping.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like when you see videos of skydiving, you're like, bro, it just looks like man just jumped out on like of the Sim City, looking down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it doesn't look. And I know that obviously it is going to be scary in real life, but it doesn't feel like that when you're watching it. I've never tried skydiving. I really want to. But yeah, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And I think, how close you get to the floor is definitely terrifying. In that place as well, though, they had this like swing, and that was way scarier.
Oh,
that
the
was
giant
actually,
swing?
It's a giant swing, and the reason why it's scary is because you don't get to decide when they drop you, and that's what's terrifying. Because it's kind of like you're just sitting there, and then suddenly, boom, you're falling.
Right.
And again, it does in tension for about half a second, and it dude, it's terrifying. The fact that you get to decide when you jump and when you start speeding down is definitely a massive factor in what makes bungee jumping feel more kind of in control and more fun.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can't
Well, that's just anxiety inducing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're sitting there and he's like, ready? And you're like, yeah.
Go.
Then go.
Yeah.
And then you go. It's like, whoa.
I've have you seen those videos of the guy doing the bungee jumping, but he's like attached to the chair?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, so there's this video I saw quite a while ago of this guy. I think it was on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever. But it's bungee jumping, but instead of, you know, you standing at the edge and then you jumping whenever you're ready to go, you're essentially strapped to a chair, like a regular ass, just like plastic chair, and you don't get to go because it's like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
Like you just attached to this chair, and the instructor just like Spartan kicks you off.
Oh,
and no warning.
that sounds fun.
That does not sound fun. That sounds like a torture, man.
I thought that sounds fun. I like the idea of that.
It's like, where's the money?
Dude, swinging or bouncing around in free fall was awesome. I loved that.
That's just a Batman simulator, right?
Yeah.
POV. You have information Batman needs.
Where
is he? Where is he?
I think I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie in general, though.
I think out of the three of us, we're definitely
I do love
so.
doing the crazy things.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, though, like I always just loved that stuff too.
Yeah, see, I think that's the reason why I managed to go through my entire childhood without going to the hospital, is because I never looked for that adrenaline.
I've never broken anything though.
I like
You just
it.
got lucky, bro.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty bad falls, but I've
Yeah.
never broken anything. I
Wow.
don't know.
Built
Man
diff.
maxed out his luck.
Yeah, built diff.
Yeah, I think maybe I have.
I like my adrenaline as well. I just like it to be controlled, because I think the difference between
5 shots of
let's-
adrenaline.
Yeah, let's say the difference between a roller coaster and snowboarding is that I don't trust myself. I trust myself way less than going on like rails. And
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes snowboarding more adrenaline inducing. It's like, man,
that's it. It's the risk, right? It's the
like,
risk.
There's no
Yeah.
risk on a roller coaster. So roller coasters, I'm kind of like,
So I'm more afraid of a roller coaster than I am of snowboarding, though.
why?
I don't know. Maybe I'm the opposite. I trust myself more than some rando I've never
But the
met.
odds of you hurting yourself is so much higher.
I know, but
snowboarding
maybe
skiing,
I don't
yeah.
think about that.
It's
Yeah.
the feeling.
It's the feeling of like, yeah, I'm in control of it. It's
Yeah.
like it's my body. I have full control of it. Whereas if I'm on a roller coaster, I'm like, there's lots of people I can blame if this goes wrong. You know,
Yeah.
not and none of them are me.
I think the bad thing about being an adrenaline junkie though is that sometimes you have to. The voices in your head are like, "Do it, do that. It'll be fun. It'll be fun." And then you're like, "No, I shouldn't, but I might."
Yeah, unless.
It's like I always love doing jumps on skiing or snowboarding, but dude, it's like the easiest way to fucking hurt
of
yourself.
course.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so easy to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But you know, every time you do a jump, you're like, we can go a little faster next time. I think we can go a little higher. And every time you do, you're like, I nearly messed up that landing. That
Yeah.
would have been bad.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of speed, a lot of momentum, and you don't
Yeah.
really get to fall nicely on a ski or a snowboard when it's strapped into you.
No.
So far, I haven't had an awful
Touch
one
wood.
in a long time.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
It's been a hot minute since I really hurt myself on a ski or snowboard. I mean, in future.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Did you see the clip I posted of me doing I did an
jump?
IRL stream?
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
I did a
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah, you did a couple of jumps on that.
Yeah, it was so hard to get it framed though.
Yeah.
because in real life you move so much more than obviously you can anticipate. So
yeah.
and one time Ludwig was like, "I'll be your cameraman." So he's my cameraman while I'm doing the jumps, and of course, as he's going to the jump, he assumes a position, and immediately as I'm about to take the jump, he bends down, so you just miss it. And I'm like, oh fuck me. But it was cool getting to do that and getting to. It's surreal watching it back because you watch the jump and you're like, oh wow, that looked way cooler in my head than it did on the camera.
Yeah.
But managed to get some air and stream it, which I think was pretty cool.
I mean, there's a reason
Yeah.
why games like SSX Tricky are in third person, not first person.
I think that's true. Also, it's pretty like sickening. If
it
so- if I
looks
was
way
doing-
cooler in third person.
It most certainly
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It's cool though being able to do that. I think.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I don't know how often I'll do that. It was kind of tough.
I mean, I think it's amazing that, like you said, we have gotten to the point where you can stream something
It's
like
so
that.
cool.
But at the same time, I don't need another layer of complexity to add of me like trying to hurt myself as well. That's fucking terrifying.
It's like,
mate.
I now I'm in the trouble of hurting myself and all of this expensive equipment on my back.
Yo, but
I was
good
more worried
content.
about. I was more worried about the backpack than me. I was like, "Hey, a broken bone can fix."
Looking like a true IRL streamer, dude.
But the equipment, that takes a while to replace. I can get a new leg.
This equipment's more expensive than I am.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
It's all good.
I've been skiing for a while and snowboarding. And I was like, man, I kind of wish I could like do something with it. Wish I could like
yeah.
stream it.
Turn into content, eh?
Well, just because that's the YouTuber brain. But also, I think sometimes when you get pretty good at stuff like that, it's kind of easy to be like, well, it doesn't really,
Doesn't really do anything.
yeah, it's kind of like doesn't do it for me anymore.
That's what happens when you don't have any hobbies anymore. You're like,
That's true.
what hack? Is there anything left in my life that I can monetize in
true.
some way? Any
That's true.
skills?
That's true. That's true.
This is a hobby? No.
No, it's
unoptimized.
No. It's a job now.
Yeah, I'm doing it purely for enjoyment. Well,
Yeah.
who does that?
I don't know. It's like a fun thing to test. And I like messing with stuff, and I like trying to figure out if some things work.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, yeah, man, theoretically there's nothing stopping you from streaming skiing. It's just why is the big one. And then tried it and it kind of worked. Some bits didn't
Do you
work
think you
so
can
well.
do it again?
Yeah, I'd really love to do like a ski trip for like a one or 2 days, probably 2 days. But then like everyone had a backpack on, or like at least people who were pretty confident they wouldn't fall over.
Right.
So maybe not you.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Maybe some other competent skiers or snowboarders who are pretty sure they're not going to fall over.
Yeah.
Can have it.
Probably Manu, right?
Yeah, Manu would be good. Yeah, Manu would be good.
Great,
If you put me on some skis, I could probably do it as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like I think it's easier not to fall if your goal is to not fall.
Yeah.
I think if you ski,
Wow. Words of wisdom right
at
there.
least with skis. Sorry, I mean
Yeah.
I'm trying to word it because like
If you don't want to fall, just don't fall.
there is a way to ski if you've never done it that is very safe,
Yes.
and it's very hard to fuck up and fall over unless you pretty much try to.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're not a beginner.
Yeah.
Snowboarding a little less so. And so I think that you could do it where you could be like, all right, if I have the bag on, I'll be a safe boy, nothing
Yeah.
fancy.
I mean, during the road trip, right? Like when we got those shots of us skiing, like Manu was holding a very expensive camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was
Going
he was
very
chill,
fast.
going very fast, but he was chill with it.
yeah. I
a
mean,
bit,
it's
a bit
nice.
too chill. I was like fighting for my life on the slope, and he just goes past me backwards, holding a camera. I'm like, "Fuck you, man!"
Such a flex. None of these goddamn Europeans.
It's fun. I just started doing the thing where you just spin around when I was with the camera, but it just looks like you're just disorientating people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, you don't realize, like, damn, that's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to show you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess it's fun. It was really interesting. It was a cool test. I basically saw that Rob did it. That's how I do most of my streams. Like, if Rob did it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and call.
I can do it now.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me try it. I always thought, man, I should try it, but I just didn't know if you could get signal. And the answer is you kind of can.
Yeah.
We could get signal on the main slope, but the moment we went into like valleys, it just died.
Yeah, because because I just came back from Journey Across Japan 5 in
Yeah.
Hokkaido, and Pete, who was with us,
Yeah.
he streamed like the behind the scenes for like a couple of days.
Yeah, I saw. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And
In
it
like
was,
the
it
most
was-
remote parts of Hokkaido.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, obviously some parts like the signal was dying, but it was surprising the amount of places we actually got signal.
Yeah, Japan's really fucking good with signal.
Yeah.
If this was in Wales, it couldn't be done.
Yeah. Anyway,
I remember
not even
I-
in Cardiff.
I remember IRL streaming in Brighton, one of the major cities in the UK, and
Yeah.
it was like dropping out left, right, and center. The moment I got like even like 50-meter radius of the beach, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess okay, signal's gone. Can't show you the beach, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like, I mean, obviously by the time this comes out, my RV thing will be done. Fingers crossed it all goes well and smoothly. That'd be really funny if it went terribly and this aged poorly. But I'm sure it went great. I prepared very well. Yeah, it's like already doing on location shoots is hard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then when you have to be like, okay, we want to shoot on this location, but we need signal. It's like, oh, that's a big thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Now suddenly you have to plan everything out about where you maybe have
It's a
infrastructure.
whole other layer you have
Yeah.
to like worry
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
But it's getting better, and luckily this is probably like one of the best countries on earth to kind of test outdoor shooting and IRL stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kinda
compared
cool.
to some, compared
Yeah.
to a lot of Western countries.
I mean, when I would like go home, for example, I the first time I went back to the UK after living in Japan for like 2 years, went back and I was like, yeah, man, it feels good to just, get off the plane, have 4G. You're like, great, yeah, because it's London and it kind of works.
Yeah.
Then I remember getting the train to Wales, and literally the moment we got out of like the greater London area, I was like, oh, I can't load a YouTube video. Oh, I remember I got in the habit of downloading everything because this happened all the time.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm sure it'll come back. It did not come back.
Like, at all?
Until the train stopped.
Holy shit.
It just did. I could maybe get a text in or a message, but
Right.
like I couldn't watch anything. And I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. Like, I guess if you
What did people do before
Yeah.
smartphones?
yeah, like I guess if you're just like moving even at a remotely fast speed in the UK, it just doesn't work well.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
where the trains go through. I think the roads are a bit better because more often than not, cell phone towers are built very closely to roads.
yeah.
I'm assuming, I don't really know why, there just is. Same in Japan. Because basically how I do a lot of the deciding of can we film here or can I do an IRL thing here is I have to go to a cell phone map tower.
Right.
It's
Oh,
open source, and you have to go through all the mobile networks in Japan and just look, and there'll be like dots of where they are.
Right.
Yeah.
And if there's none nearby, it's like, well, guess we're not doing it there.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, it's like even like in Japan, you could be on the Shinkansen traveling at 300 kilometers
Oh, you
an
never
hour,
get it.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
and it's full bars the whole way.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
we came recently from Hokkaido, and at least for the first 3 hours or 2 hours, there was none. It was so bad.
From Hokkaido?
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
because you're in the long ass tunnel, right?
There was the tunnel, and then you would come out of the tunnel, immediately go in another tunnel, go out of the tunnel, go in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, normally in Japan they built them all along roads.
Yeah,
is what I
that
don't
makes
know if
sense.
it's the same. I'm assuming it's the same in the rest of the world, but it was very
Yeah. Do you
tedious stuff.